An individual who wishes to remain anonymous, perhaps because of the controversial nature of the question, hails from New Mexico. That's all I'll say. But this is a fascinating question, and a challenging one to answer. Is it likely Satan lusted after Eve in the Garden of Eden? Is this line of thought biblically sound? It seems to explain motives of the devil, past, present, and future. Well, we must always be very careful about extra-biblical meanderings of thought and speculation. Because when we go down that road without a clear biblical map to go by, we can get in a lot of trouble. Let me say that I believe Satan suspected what might happen as the result of the creation of Adam and Eve. I don't think he fully understood the purposes of God, but he knew the Almighty was up to something. And remember, Satan's fall had taken place in eternity past before Eden. Also, this question you ask depends on whether we look at the idea of Satan lusting after Eve before or after the fall. Let's set that aside for a moment and look at Genesis 3:15. We call this the proto-evangelium. It's a big word. It's a theological term. It basically means the first proclamation of the gospel. Genesis 3:15 tells us that the seed of Adam, Jesus Christ, will crush the serpent's head. There's that great scene in the movie, The Passion of the Christ, where we see the sandal of Jesus coming down upon that serpent and crushing it and killing it. Well, this is the beginning of the promise of salvation and redemption. So we know that back then in the garden, Satan had an idea of what might be up. But does that mean he lusted? Well, he certainly envied. He certainly was jealous. And he was jealous of Adam because Adam could do something he couldn't. Replicate. Reproduce. Demons can't reproduce. And with reproduction came the possibility of salvation through the seed. If you've read our books, such as Jezebel, or if you were to enroll in our school of exorcism, you would learn about the demonic attack of incubus, where a spirit takes on male form and seeks to cohabit with a female human being. Succubus is the opposite, when the demon takes on female form to sexually molest a male. Now this is all very real. It happens. And it happens far more frequently than people realize. But you can read the book Jezebel, where I have a huge section in the book about that. It's just important to know that demons are still seeking to make some type of sexual connection with human beings. And then, of course, we get to Genesis 6 about the Nephilim. And these are the giants of old. Were they hybrid beings? Were they the result of some type of reproductive connection that was made? Perhaps not in the fullest sense of God's purposes, but in a demonic kind of way? Well, if that is the case, they certainly could not do what human beings could do, because that's the order of mankind. The angelic order is very different. You see, angels don't reproduce. Demons don't reproduce. And they are sexless. The Bible tells us. Jesus said that. Angels are sexless, and in that sense, demons are too. However, Satan was out to thwart redemption any way he could. Not necessarily sexually, in a lustful sense, because Satan would not lust after the nature of a human being, because that's not the nature of angelic created order, even though he's in a fallen state. The important thing to know is this. Only Adam could have the seed by which the Son of Man could come. And that has sexual ramifications, obviously, because of the reproductive process. It is an interesting question, and it causes us to wonder what we don't know. For example, the legend of Lilith in Jewish occult mysticism. And once again, we write about this in our book on Jezebel. Lilith is the idea that Eve was seeking to supplant the true wife of Adam, whom occult Kabbalists believe was Lilith. And that the purpose of Lilith goddess worship is to restore that principle to supremacy and get Eve out of the picture. This comes back again to Genesis 3:15, that it would be through the seed of Eve that a Savior would come. So, this is all interesting thought. It's something to wonder about, but not something to get caught up in. We do know this. Satan, whether he lusts in a sexual sense, definitely was envious of Adam, because he knew that through Adam, after the fall, there could come a Savior who would deliver us from all the evil of the enemy. The International School of Exorcism, an online Bible college of spiritual warfare. The history of exorcism, healing, deliverance, and spiritual warfare. The practical aspects of breaking curses, pulling down spiritual strongholds, and removing the legal rights of Satan. Set yourself, your friends, and family free by enrolling in the International School of Exorcism. In our new book, Set Your Family Free, we teach how to raise children with purity principles, how to prepare them for adulthood, and how to break every assignment of Satan over their lives.
We give you the principles of spiritual warfare to fight for your family and to be victorious over the powers of darkness.
This is the book that will set your family free. How do you know if your problems are the result of bad life choices or demons? My 200-page book, Dealing with Demons, has answers for questions most are afraid to ask. Can Christians be demon-possessed? How can I know what's natural and what's supernatural? Dealing with Demons will teach you how to recognize symptoms that the devil is at work in your life. Be one step closer to living in spiritual victory. The most frequent demon that I deal with is the spirit of Jezebel. This demon wants to destroy your health, your finances, your marriage, your family, and your church. My book, Jezebel, is your key to overcoming the most prevalent evil spirit of our age. Get your copy today.
He took the curses away from me. Go see Bob Larson because he can help you.
If your life isn't all that it should be, if relationships aren't working, if your health, your finances, or your spiritual life are unhappy, schedule a personal one-on-one encounter with me. We'll get to the root of the issues that are holding you back. We'll give you answers and a whole new direction in life.
Oh, what a change, what a difference when you have an encounter with God.
Take action. I look forward to seeing you soon.
We encourage your support for this worldwide outreach to do what Jesus did. For the latest information on resources, seminars, conferences, training institutes, retreats, and international missions, go to boblarson.org. Thank you for your prayers and financial partnership.